Okay, it's a bit later now, and I've had some thoughts on where I'm going to take this. I had a nice idea for an arena-type encounter over here, but I've decided it's too good, or it's too involved, and it would be better somewhere else on the map, because I think one of my other problems is I try to overcomplicate the routes to things, and then suddenly I've got a full map over here, and then this planned central surprise is just a bit extra on the end. So I'm going to try to expedite the player going through here. I'm going to do a quick little square over here. And I'd like to just align myself with the grid, just so that it's easier. Let's see what I can do with this. So I want the player to have to try to reach the roof area here to get a bit higher than they were. And that's going to come from navigating this part and getting up a set of stairs. I wonder if this map will end up looking a bit like a heretic map rather than Doom. We'll see how that works out. At the moment, if it's not clear, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't have a definite plan. I thought I'd sort of zigzag a set of stairs up. Let's see what this does. What can we do here? Because we're quite high up already here. I wonder if that could be a wall. Let's choose something that's Tudor-ish, but isn't the same texture as I've been using. Oh, there's this set of alternative colours. That's perfect. So let's use those bricks. Well, that's a good start. I just want some sort of purpose to this area over here to get the player up into a place that looks tantalizing from the ground level. I could make it like that, yeah. Can they get over here by running and jumping? I'll have to check. And that's true as well. I wanted to... This is another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to move this significantly further back so that the player's going to drop down into an area over here. Maybe even a bit more than that. Oh, I've messed up by crossing my lines there. So I'm going to do that again, rather than spend the heartache trying to sort it out. Oh, did it again. Let's see. What's going on here? Why are those going? Oh, it's because I'm making this line go to an angle. If I use this, just put another vertex in there, that will do it. Okay. And yeah, maybe make that a bit shorter. I'll make some decoration for the blue key up here later. It's possible that the player can jump over that as well. That's the awkward thing about Doomguy's speed. If you hit Control and F9, you can play from the place you're pointing at, so you don't have to rearrange all your player starts. Yeah, that's incredibly easy to get over. I could just put a fence along here. That'd be the sensible solution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to use this one? No, this one. No, we're not. That looks stupid. This one. That's what I'm after. And that over there. Oh, I don't have my keyboard on. Excuse me. And while I'm at it, I'm going to change my controls back to the way they were, so that I can use my non-broken mouse. The action is going to be in the where is it? The visual mode. And instead of... There's Control M button, there's paste section level. Okay, Shift and X button 1. We're going to use Shift and middle button. And where's the other one? There it is. X button 1 becomes middle button. And there are all kinds of actions here that don't have shortcuts by default, that you might not even realise are there. So have a look through that and see if there's anything that jumps out at you. Alright. I was promised a fence. Oh, fence. That one looks good. Maybe that one. And that's going to be impassable. Oh, and it's up there. You can scroll this up and down in the same way that you would any other texture, with the up and down arrows, shift and up and down arrows, control and up and down arrows, or easier if you want something coming out the ground, you want this to be lower unpegged. And that'll align it correctly. Alright, this needs to be there. That looks good. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, this. If we move some of these vertices around, let's try to make this area look a bit more pleasant. We can put another kind of monster turret up here. Make a little window. Actually, putting some battlements in here might be good. I'll do that a bit later. We'll see how this goes. But this will be the way the player gets up. Let's see, so they go down here, they go around here, there's going to be a wall up here. This is an interesting style of map to do, because I've really not done city maps. Alright, and we do want this to be a sector, not in the void. But we want to manipulate this around a bit. I'm now using the I'm now using the X button instead of the middle button. That's going to be a hard habit to get out of now. Nevertheless. See how that looks if I just want to... I'm going to need to make this a different texture, obviously. That looks okay. We'll use this one. The reason that I'm swapping these around for the steps is that so that when I flood fill this, or if I ever adjust the alignment, the steps don't get interfered with it. I'm using a different texture on the steps from on the wall, even though it looks the same. What can I do here? There's a lot of pressure doing this live. Feeling very stressed. Alright, and here, that can be void. So that I've got somewhere I can move the player around. every time now. I'm going to be doing that to the rest of the time. How long is this? This needs to be 192. Okay. Let's start making this look a bit less hideous as well. I'd like this to be further down. It's odd because what I'd originally planned as steps up have become steps going down the way. Alright, let's put a bit of castle wall around here once I've extended my decoration. Wow, that was quick. Okay, we've got some castle-y looking walls. We'll actually use the same kind of walls we had here. Does that look okay? No, it doesn't look even remotely okay, does it? I'm going to need to lower on peg some of these to make it align correctly. Because in original Doom and Boom, you don't have separate alignments for the upper, lower, middle textures. It's all one. Let's have... No, it doesn't look very nice. I'm trying to use something that's a bit different from the colour that I had on the castle earlier. Oh, that's okay. I'll use that. Let's have a flat that goes with it. The flats are usually named quite similarly to the walls, the textures. And yeah, that's absolutely fine by me. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Let's put some stuff down here, just so the player has any reason to go here at all. They'll have a shotgun by now, and they'll have the pistol. And we want to introduce the chain gun around here somewhere. I'm thinking I'm going to try to make sure that I'm not going too long without introducing the chain gun, and I think we're really at the limit just now. So we'll see. Let's pay more attention to here while I'm thinking of what to do at that place. I'm going to make this a bit dingier. Let me just check what it looks like just now. Yep, that's good. We're going to have to adjust that, but we'll get to that in time. Some little corners. And we'll make those that support texture we were using. Yeah, the OBK MTD, yeah, that one. I try to break up straight lines wherever I can. And we're going to make this the exit point into another open pool, and we'll get out of that open pool onto the sort of rooftop city section down here. Let's darken these by holding down Control. Let's fix these ceilings. How high are they? Right. Now we'll do the same trick that we did on the other side for this one. As soon as I can remember how to put this ceiling in. Okay. We'll have a second sector that we're going to drag down. And we're going to use that for the upper wall. Let's put a bit more ceiling in there. Can I have my Tudor texture, please? There we go. There we go. Again, it's not aligned correctly. Let's make it look. That makes it look okay. All right, ceiling for this place. Otex again. That's a wooden one. I'd like it to be quite similar, just a sort of tiled, scarred ceiling. So a couple of good ones in the marble. Yeah, this one will do. Alright. And what goes in dark areas? Obviously, spectres. But we'll come to that. Let's extend this all the way around so that it joins with this eventual wall here. Bit wobbly, but that'll work. Yep, that looks good. Might want to align this to however many pixel is on the grid, but we can decide that later. All right. Looks good. We'll move. Well, align that around there. Is this the same one? A31, A36. I think this looks better like that. And while I'm on the subject, that looks better as well. Okay. Is there any kind of metallic texture I can use? Doesn't really look very tutory, does it? Well, we'll come back to it. 1, 2. Good. And let's move this back a bit so that we've got some space for the player to come in and start being ambushed by monsters up here. They're trying to use a lot of hit scanners here because they can be dangerous in large numbers. It's really interesting how dooms, even the very basic monsters, can be dangerous just depending on the setting. I'm gonna put one down there as well, just so I've got one going when we start, and a demon. Alright. This looks a bit bright through here. That's the opposite of what I wanted. What's that? That's 96, I think. Yeah, that's good. Little bit of health. Let's decorate this a bit more. Just like to take off the right angles a bit. Go to brighten with B. Yeah, take off the angles a bit and make it a bit less regular. Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do is not make this void, but pull it up to there and texture that, because that way I can now copy and paste these sectors. Oh, that's good. There really weren't many monsters in the original Doom, were there? It's kind of incredible to remember. And I hide him a bit round there. And I imagine a lot of these details are going to change when I do a detailing pass. But for now, this is where we are. This might be too narrow for these monsters. But all of these are going to ambush. If I remember where the toggle is. And we're going to keep the player pushing through imps and things. Let's put some lost souls up here. So the player's got something mobile to worry about. Slowly, something's beginning to emerge from the chaos that started this level. Now, my plan here was to have a zigzag pattern with stairs, but then I realised that the stairs weren't really going to come into question. But I'll still try to make something out of it. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but something. Let's add to this wall and distinguish these two areas. I quite like this, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. I think that might look a bit too thin. That looks more like it. Any step textures? Oh. I wondered if that might look sufficiently like a medieval kind of step here, but I don't know about it. This is going to be a wooden platform. We're going to make this a wall platform. I don't want to make it the same texture as the wall, because then it just all blends in with each itself. I'm not really sure what colour that stone is. Might be okay. Let's just continue on with this texture around here. Yeah, I like that. We can put another couple of windows in to have some annoying imps. Upper unpegged. What am I doing? Oh, I'm changing the sector brightness, but the brightness is already... I was on the maximum brightness mode, so that explains why it wasn't doing anything. I'd like to put a fairly formidable enemy behind here. I don't really like the Baron of Hell because it's too much of a meat shield, especially when you've only got the shotgun. Cacodemon might serve the same purpose. All right. And then we're going to spring our trap once the player reaches here. I'm going to sort of commit to these lines now. Now that the player's there. I wondered actually if I could make it even more elaborate. We'll see, but I'd quite like the player to sort of infer there's an exit there. Which would mean putting a sector that looks a bit like this in. And the traditional hell exit in Doom 2, it means dropping into the sky. And we're going to have some more T1. I might be taking up too much room with this, but we'll see. We'll see if we can compact it. Let's see. I'll move that to there. Move these down a bit. This can get tighter. Yeah, that works. So this needs to be a tag 1. This will need to be a new tag, because we want this to raise to the nearest floor and change its texture. I wonder how that works, actually, in the Boom generalized format. This will be floor. Oh no, it's not. It's going to be generalized. Category floor. Trigger is walk over once. And this is going to be a trigger. It's going to go up by 32 map pixels relative. I'm a bit nervous about that relative part, but we'll see. Change texture only. Not going to crush. And that's going to be tag 4. Meanwhile, over here, I want to put a window so that the player thinks I'm going to get to that exit. That'll do. Every sector I add, there's a chance of something messing up the heights and floors and things that I've got going around. Put that further back. Let's actually move this to here. Oh, that looks pretty good. But can I make it look good when I transform it? We'll see. Exit. Except not really. I like the runic exit signs here. I suppose they're not really meant to look like runes, are they? They're just meant to be sort of gothic text. It's like in the, I was thinking like in Commander Keen when they made that entire alphabet. Initially just to represent the exit, and then for the universe. Let's make a couple of changes here. Because I really want this to be as compact as it can be, while still being believable as this is somewhere that you're going to get to. Good, okay. And what do I do to tag 2? Tag 1 is generalized floor, lower to lowest adjacent floor. Okay, so that can be a tag 1 as well, I think. Tag 4 is... What did I say for tag 4? It says raised by 24 map pixels. I keep on thinking that 32 is much smaller than it is. could actually just make it the lowest adjacent floor. Okay. This is the greatest magic trick that I've pulled off in Doom. Let's see. Don't really want this to be all the same all the way round, but we'll fix it later, as I've become fond of saying. These can be more woody. Yeah, that's a good sort of border texture there. And finally, when the player goes over this line, that's generalized tag 5. That's going to be a floor as well. It's going to be walk over once. It's going to go down turbo. Model is triggered. Direction is down. The target is the lowest adjacent floor. It's going to change the texture. And it's not going to crush. Tag 5 will be this. I can even... it doesn't really need to change the texture because I can just make it watery. You know what? I'm curious to see what happens if I leave it like this. And within here, we're going to make this darker first. And then we're going to cram it full of as many imps as I can possibly fit into that cupboard. Which is looking like maybe 4. There we go, I got 12 in the end, but you can already see my habit of crushing things together too much is beginning to come back. Alright, let's see if my trickery still works. Alright, so this, I need to align that, but that's definitely an exit, or so you think. I realised that I'm going to have to put an action on this line. It can't be a blue door action for real. But I wonder if I could put a door action that actually opens a door somewhere else? Just outside the level, so that it looks like the player... anyway, let's abort that sentence. Forget that sentence. Never happened. We're going to go up here with ID clip, if we have to. Yeah, I'd like a bit more of a gap between here and the castle-y wall. Alright. That's not quite right, is it? This floor is a bit too high. And that changed not to the texture I was expecting, but to the texture on the backside of the line, which is how the change floor action works in regular Doom as well. Not bad, I need to change that. And I'll need to make sure that this goes to the right floor, but otherwise, that is a pretty spectacular piece of illusionary. So why didn't this go up? Is it... Oh, should I use highest adjacent floor? Next adjacent floor? I don't know. We're not going to do... And oh no, we are going to change texture. We're going to have to come up with a way to make sure that this texture's what I want it to be. And we can do that by changing the... making this line part of a different part of the level that happens to have the wooden texture on it. Still, let's make that floor negative 64 to match the ones outside. I don't think there's a problem with having a seam like that, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't really want this to change the floor if it's not going to change the floor to the same as the adjacent sectors. Just so I stay in control. There we go. It would be polite to replenish shells and Maybe ammunition afterwards as well. Alright. Oh, let's fix this before I forget. What should that ceiling be? Oh, wood IO1, okay. Good. Let's change this texture. I think there was a shorter version of the Owoodel. Yeah, something like this. That looks good. We come up there. Thinking about how wide to make this, because if it's narrow, it chokes the player into these imps, but if it's too narrow, it will mean only one imp can get through at a time. And I don't really want that, so let's maybe go with something like this, so there's a decent gap there. I thought of something for this as well. That if I change this to having just a bit more substance this way, maybe it'll look better. Oh no, that's not right. Excuse me while I remember how to do skies. Alright, I see. So that one can't have a sky texture underneath it. Which means that should be a genuine wall. Yeah, something like this. What's this, Luke? Press tab, yes, okay. So let's use the thin Tudor wall there. And do much the same thing on the other side, if I can work out how. That's not the one. Oh, I see, okay. I want to bring this out a bit, in that case. That's done it. I really don't know if this looks any good or not. We'll have to see. There's something tricky about using sky backdrops that just go to floors as well, I'm pretty sure, in the PR boom. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Couple bits more of decoration. Actually, I'm going to forget that because it looks like it's going to interfere with down there, and I don't really have the room to do it on the other side, and it looks stupid, so forget it. Oh yeah, we needed stairs here. I'm wondering, maybe I should introduce a curve. I'm further wondering if I can remember how to use the bridge tool to do it. Let's see what happens. There, and then this little button here, bridge mode. And you can see that this lets you rather neatly make a set of vertices that form a regular curve or a regular... Oh, that's perfect, well done. The height's kind of awkward. How many... Oh, the height isn't kind of awkward, I just need to make fewer stairs. But that'll do for now. Let's see if we... Not that one. We make these contour against those. Sorry, I covered my mouth. And then these will approximate. I've got hiccups now, this is terrible. These will approximately continue that radius. then I think that might look okay. What do you think? Well, I messed that up because that wall needs to actually come all the way. I'll do. But once we got past that, that's pretty good. What am I doing here? Yeah, I've somehow reversed my my double wall. That's not bad. I have no idea what I'm doing. We'll just tweak away until it looks okay. Let's try to sort this out. Yeah, I would like this to be what this wall looks like. We're going to move that down there, maybe. Think. We could just go the width way the the chasm level does it, which is to have an upper and lower that are actually at the same height, so you don't have any break at all. That's pretty good. Alright, these can all be lowered unpegged. Let's just use these as the stairs, and that's great. Good, so now, what have we got? That's length 32, I'll just put a little border on that. And yeah, I think that'll do. Oh, I've had an idea, quick, before I turn the computer off. I would like to have another sort of balcony area over here that faces into another building. We'll make this half beyond the wall part of it as well. Let's see, how'd that get off the grid? There we go. We'll add some room in there. Maybe do the same thing that we did for earlier and have a wall that opens to reveal enemies. And maybe as part of this, we should plan a secret to teleport you here or something to eventually get these weapons, because my favourite kinds of secrets are the ones where you go somewhere that you're not normally supposed to be in the level. Let's see. So this is going to go all the way down. This is going to be boom compatible, so the player's sight of these places underneath is going to be pretty limited, under normal circumstances anyway. Let's see. I would like that Tudory border. And here as well. And let's see. Yeah, I suppose this can be ground down. We'll move this up just a couple of notches. Put a fence over there. What I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to just copy that line paste it in here and alter the vertices. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. I have to do that again, but otherwise that's exactly what I wanted. Copy and paste, shorten that a bit, move it over. There. All right. That looks generally okay. We will, what we're going to do with this bit, I'll do. Great, so now we've got just a little area over here that I can use for some far-off enemies. Let's see, what should I do with this? Let's put some door tracks there. Let's make this an actual building instead of having the sky. Put that down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to upper unpeg that to preserve the alignment. Well, maybe I'm not going to preserve the alignment. There we go. Upper and lower unpegged. Up, up. That'll do. And we'll move. Oops. We'll move this down the way. Alright, give that a sector tag. And maybe I'll stick some pickups over here to tempt the player towards here before they trigger the trap. So this one is a line, walk over. I could probably use the predefined actions for this, but now I've got into the generalized actions, I prefer using those. Just they seem so much neater. And no, wait, I suppose that doesn't matter. Yep, and that would be not 5, 6. Okay. Ah, I did something terrible just then, didn't I? And errant lean on the right mouse button. And I almost type zombie man, it's former human in UDB's language. And once again, I'm putting in more monsters than I normally would, so that this map's a bit denser than my normal maps. Let's see, I'm planning ahead to when the player's actually going to see this section. I'll just make a couple of steps so that the monsters sort of appear wave by wave rather than just all at once. Something like that'll do. For here, we're going to make this some kind of torturous, hellish decoration with remains of humans. I'm going to stick another bit up there. We'll come back to decorate that later when I've thought of an idea for it. And yeah, I wanted to make this section move over a bit and be less close to this palace-style wall. Because I wanted to do something here as well. Just add that there. Do you think Tudor bricks would work down here? Oops. I'm just all over the place tonight with my fingers. It's not bad. I could experiment with that, see how it looks. I'm going to try to avoid giving large amounts of health this time, because one of the things that it's tempting to do is put in a fight and then immediately apologize for it with health. So, but I'm trying not to do that, because being at a high level of health should be a reward for good play. Let's see how well that works. Alright, I also wanted to get into some sound blocking line action, because there's a lot of seeing through the different bits of the windows I've left to other levels. Sound propagation mode, we're going to make this sound blocking. We're going to certainly make this sound blocking. We are going to make that sound blocking as well. And this window. What else, I wonder? That's not going to do much good. Yeah, we'll see about that. Most of the others are ambush enemies anyway, so might not make a difference. That's definitely ambush. That's ambush, ambush. Yeah, I think I want you to be standing still as well. So interesting, the mechanics that Doom has in it for such a relatively simple game. I wonder if I can make that look decent. Not like that, I'm not. Maybe I should just go with wood again. Alright. I might actually make this pool bigger by pulling this back a bit. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Is that all the vertices I need? Looks like it. There. Okay. Yeah, that looks decent. Okay. So now, I'd just like to make this section look more interesting by having some more height level differences. And 1, 2, 3. Maybe let's make this wooden with some stairs up as well. Okay. Oh, didn't finish drawing that box. I don't really need a large number of stairs there. It's just going to be a little sliver. Just sprinkling around some enemies as well. Like we don't have enough of those already. Maybe a little alleyway that these come from. What's the barrel that's on fire? Oh, there isn't one in Doom 1. Alright, maybe I'll just put a barrel in. You know, that they unload barrels of toxic waste at this docks all the time. I think barrels are underappreciated. They're very satisfying. Let's put a pinky, not a pinky, it's called Demon. Maybe a couple of them. Alright. So maybe the player can use those barrels to their advantage when these pinkies come out of the woodwork. Okay. Shall we make this a bit taller, actually? I'm wondering if I should extend this wall up. Not certain. This angle is too sharp, so this needs to be softened a bit. But I like that it's not orthogonal. I need some more non-orthogonality in my maps. Ah, that looks wrong. Let's move that so it's 32 wide. Make a bit of a curve to this wall. Control-Shift-R on that. There we go. That looks pretty good, and I think I'm succeeding in making it less confusing and so much of an assault on the eyes as my previous maps have been. We'll see what people think. Alright, just a few more additions to these tunnels, and then I'll start up the game and see how this plays. Bit like that. Of course there's going to be another Spectre in there. But there's also going to be a nice box of shells and a medikit. I'll put that in as well. Let's make that even darker. Is that on ambush? Yes, it is. Good. And you can be greeted by maybe just a couple of zombie men down here to give you something to worry about while the enemies up on the dock are going after you as well. And shells. I like John Romero's habit of just hiding little dumps of ammo in corners, so if you run away from fights you can scavenge and very likely make yourself in a slightly better situation than you would have been. I'm just going to put a health bonus in the window, just because I can. Don't know why they're there. Maybe this is the potion shop. Oh, should I do the little doors? No, that'd be confusing. Let's see what this looks like. Here we go. Alright, there's our rather nice looking fake exit. This still needs an action. Alright, so immediately the player's really set upon by enemies. Maybe I'll have another couple of hit scanners off in the distance. Make the player's life a little bit harder. Get that armor. I expect most people are going to find that. And it'd stand to provide a couple more shells than I currently am. Alright. You look a bit out of place. Whoa, okay. Whoa, okay. I know I said that before, but I think it bore repeating. Whoa, okay. Oh. Well, I'm glad neither of us were particularly good at aiming there. Alright. I do enjoy the enemies coming from all these different angles. No matter where you step, there seems to be a new enemy emerging, so I think that's quite effective. And then when you try to get the rewards, get even more of them. I'll make that contents of that house darker as well, and put in some decoration to further imply that the player can eventually get there. I wonder if I should hide those behind a door or something that opens later, because I'd like them to really only notice the player when they reach here. Come on. Okay. We've got the blue key, hooray! Oh no! Alright, I need to fix that, and likely that, yes. Maybe add some more monsters here that teleport in once you've been up there as well. Just to practice your chain gun with, and also, importantly, to give a threat that's up here while you're having to deal with these. Probably a cacodemon or two there. Alright, now we go to the blue key, and that room is completely transformed. That's fantastic. So, next time we'll think about what we're actually going to put in there.